Here's a dude with arms bigger than his head. Can he punch hard? And how effective is he really in a fight? It's an interesting comparison of skinny arms versus big arms. Who can hit harder? So the point here is, what is the science behind big arms? Can you punch harder and faster if you've got bigger arms? Punches are usually driven from the waist. You need distance, speed and momentum to be able to land a hard punch. If you've got some weight behind it, even better. If we're going to give a balanced argument whether bigger arms could make a difference, you could argue that triceps are more important for the extension of the straight punch. The biceps are more important for the snap of hooks and uppercuts. So it is relative.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
The only problem is, when you've got arms that big, you can't snap the fist forward. What you end up doing is pulling it back and swinging and clubbing. So if you watch the fight, he can't actually punch from the elbow and drive the fist forward. He has to pull it back and swing. Not only is he not timing his punch and his legs together, but he's actually not turning his hip with the punch. So he has to swing and club. Now, clubbing's great. On the one hand, if you land a clubbing strike like that, and he does, you can knock the guy over or even knock him down. And he does do that, he has a little bit of success. Skinny arms obviously pays off because they're small enough for him to get a choke. A simple forearm smash, which most seasoned fighters wouldn't tap to. But either way, maybe skinny arms in this case are better than bigger arms.
You're killing me, Smalls.
So this leads to the question, does bodybuilding or a bigger body make your punches hit harder? Does it make you more powerful? Well, we did a video on this before. We had a lot of comments saying that combat sports had weight divisions and therefore heavyweight boxers would naturally hit harder. And of course they would. But what you're considering is guys that actually train professionally, train to punch.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
But watch this guy. Not taking anything away from him because he is having a go, but he's a bodybuilder. Look where the power is being generated from. It's mostly from the swing of the upper body, from the shoulders. He's not engaging his hips, and he's certainly not rotating with a good kinetic chain of movement. So in other words, his knees, hips and ankles aren't moving into the punch. It's basically just a swing and a club. So the argument isn't really a case of body weight and mass equals a harder, heavier punch. It's much more a case of how you use your body. If you're a big guy and you can rotate with good kinetic chain, then you're going to derive power in your punch. And that's what we should focus on in our training. So it doesn't matter how big you are, what's important is your ability to rotate the waist, drive with the knee, ankle, shoulder and hip, all the major joints that we've mentioned before. And that's what drives the punch, the momentum of the fist.
Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Your actual arm doesn't make much difference in the punch. It's a bit like deadlifting. Your arms play little part in the exercise. You've only got to look at pro boxers to see. Lomachenko is a good example. The speed and the rapidity of his movement. The way that he puts punches together in combination. And you can see essentially that he moves very, very quickly off his feet. The key point with any striking art is the development of power through speed and momentum.
The need for speed.
Speed allows you to throw the punch fast, and momentum is what's behind the weight of the strike. So the arms have little to do with striking. You can weight train as much as you like, but what's important is you do twice the output in striking. Shadowboxing is by far the most important thing to do. It gives you speed, momentum, coordination. It allows you to work specifically on the kinetic chain. So if you're going to work out down the gym, that's absolutely fine. But what you have to make sure you do is do lots of shadow boxing. So if you do a heavy rep session, then moving around nice and lightly afterwards, shadow boxing and letting your fists go will actually help stretch the muscle fibers or the length of the muscles. Now remember, the key thing, as always, is getting good kinetic chain of movement. So the takeaway is that the kinetic chain of movement is more important for punching. The bigger you are, the more powerful your punch. Thanks for watching.